Good evening and welcome. You're watching Breaking Views, the only show where we get you all the views on the day's top story so that you get the complete picture. And today we are going to talk about the state of Karnataka, which has been rocked and marred by allegations of not 10%, not 15, not 20, not 25, not 30, not even 35, but 40% cut money, 40% commission. Many of these contractors are now openly speaking out and they're saying that no, it is not restricted to just Mr. Ishwarappa. The rot runs deep. Whatever happened to the Prime Minister's claim of na khaunga na khane dunga? This is a corruption scandal which has tainted not just the Bommai government in Karnataka, but the BJP's image, where the opposition is now making this into a huge rallying point to further their political cause. What action will the Prime Minister take? Remember, Mr. Ishwarappa is so defiant that despite the fact that the central leadership is unhappy, he went on record to say, I will not resign. Why is he brazening it out? And will this not hurt the BJP's image, which it has so carefully crafted that they are against corruption? So I think what is most important right now is to understand in great detail what exactly has happened. So here is a 40% cut money scandal explainer that we are getting for you in just a short moment. Also on the show, we interviewed the contractors who now say that there is actually a bribe rate card, that if you want this job done, this much percent, and it's absolutely, corruption has been institutionalized according to them. These contractors speak up on corruption in Karnataka. But first, the 40% cut money scandal explained. We will begin by telling you what exactly happened. So civil contractor Santosh Patil, he died by suicide on Tuesday. His body was found with a suicide note in a lodge in Udupi. He named Karnataka minister in the suicide note. He alleged that the minister and his associates demanded 40% cut money, commission for projects. This cut money was to allegedly clear a 4 crore bill in rural development and Panchayati Raj department. K.S. Ishwarappa is the rural development and Panchayati Raj minister in the Karnataka cabinet, which means that he was directly responsible according to Mr. Santosh Patil. An abetment to suicide FIR has been filed against Ishwarappa as well as his associates. Ishwarappa and the name of the associates, Basavaraj and Ramesh, all have been named in an abetment to suicide FIR. Now let's quickly tell you what is the central leadership of the BJP doing. Obviously this will hurt their image. Sources have told NDTV that the BJP central leadership is apparently very unhappy with this corruption charge. Santosh Patil had also written a letter to the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister naming Ishwarappa. The Delhi leadership is reportedly discussing what action to be taken against Ishwarappa. Reports say that Ishwarappa will be asked to quit over these allegations. Now surely this message should have reached by now. But what does Minister Ishwarappa say? He has chosen to brazen it out. After reaching Shimoga, he said, I won't resign. He says, if they are asking for my resignation, I won't give. In his defense, he says, there was no work order. So if there is no work order for Mr. Santosh Patil, then there is no question of any cut money, according to him. He says that Patil wanted some payment without me following norms. How can payment be released without any work order? I have to follow norms, says the minister. Now, this has become a political point. For the Congress party, they say that an investigation has to happen in the corruption case beyond Ishwarappa also. And Ishwarappa must be arrested for this suicide. Because Mr. D.K. Shivkumar says this was murder and not suicide. Siddaramaiah says that you must remember former Home Minister K. George. He faced similar allegations in 2017. So as a matter of propriety, at least this resignation must take place. Now, was the commission work? According to this explainer, it appears that Mr. Santosh Patil was allegedly demanding money for a work which had no work order. That's the explanation Mr. Ishwarappa is giving. So, did Santosh claim that he had finished the work? Ishwarappa has released a department letter dated on the 28th of March saying that there was no work order issued. So then the big question is, did someone informally ask Mr. Santosh to carry out work? Who are these people? And if that has happened, in Karnataka, are we to expect that big government projects are allotted orally without following procedure? Is this the norm? Now we ask this question of contractors and they say, well, there is a bribe card in Karnataka. You give commission for each contract. So for getting a contract, let's put that bribe card on screen. So according to these contractors, for getting a contract, 15% cut money. For submitting bills, 10 to 12% cut money. For getting a payment, about 10% cut. And then there is some miscellaneous amount also. Overall, according to them, the total commission falls to somewhere around 40%. In fact, in some cases and some departments of Karnataka, according to these contractors, it exceeds 40%. In a situation like this, with allegations so serious, where letters are being written to the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, where contractors are openly speaking up, is this not a dent to the image of the na khaunga, na khane dunga?